whole journey begins with the first step, and usually that first step is the hardest. The step is that leads you to the spotlight.
Be your school teacher and your college, your colleagues. It might be your friends. You are always under the spotlight. Our judges here.
Our judges panel for today's live session are Dr. Dahake sir, who is professor in civil engineering department and have an experience of 21 years. And our other judge is Aishwarya Kamble ma'am, who is RJ and have a great experience. And they act as an inspiration and motivate us to move up.
We are really grateful for this. Welcome to this grand virtual event, Spotlight Season 8. This pandemic leads us to conduct this event online. Offline event consider presentation, group discussion, followed by personal interviews.
As you guys know, we had shared the videos link of the participants with the judges, and finally here we are with their feedbacks and question answer session.
Also,
We urge all people have joined the session to participate as well, as registrations are open till 13th November.
Also, we kindly request you to pay attention as you might learn, implement your valuable feedback to your presentation as well. If you have any queries, our hotline is open for your doubts. Contact us on number.
And we welcome you to question answer session. It's our pleasure to welcome all participants and honorable judges for the live session of question answer.
We really thankful for respected HODs, externals, judges for being here among your busiest schedule.
So now, without a further ado, let's begin our first participant. Our first participant is Shubham Kherner, and his topic is public speaking. So all the best, Shubham.
Thank you, Bharti.
Shubham, my first question is,
Yes, sir.
which resources have you referred for your presentation?
Sir, I recently enrolled for a webinar which was conducted by Praveen Vadalkar. He's a 9-time TEDx speaker, and I had gathered all my resources from that webinar, as I learned a lot of new things about public speaking from that webinar itself.
In your presentation, is there any slide which is created by you?
Yes, sir. All of them.
I don't think so. That means whatever the pictures I saw, I think you have taken directly from some source. That's why I asked your first question.
So yes, sir, I did take all the pictures that I used for my presentation from Google itself, and I used those pictures for a reference to the content that I was going to talk about on the presentation through my video.
Okay, during your presentation, which points are still need to be considered to improve public speaking?
Sir, there are some basic techniques that people usually miss out on while presenting themselves on the stage, and those techniques are the ones that should be taken into consideration and are the ones that I tried to present in the video, my PPT. And one of them is that when we walk on the stage, the first mistake that people do is that they take one side of the stage, and that's a really bad gesture because it immediately shows the audience that you lack self-confidence.
See, Shubham, all these points already you have covered. I'm asking, apart from the points which you have covered in your video, which are the additional points which you have not covered in your presentation? Those I am asking.
Okay, sir, the mistake which a speaker makes when he goes on the stage is that when the person who introduces that speaker, when he is walking from the stage, towards this seat, most of the times what people mistake, which people make the mistake is that they immediately start speaking on the presentation because they're a bit nervous at that moment. So if we should be taking our own time, we should be calm and we should be patient while we are on the stage at that moment. We should wait for that speaker to go and sit back on his seat when we are going to start with our talk. And an example for this is that if someone is having their first day in the office and he's in the conference room and and his boss, that person's boss, introduces him to all the office colleagues. And if the boss is not even reached his seat yet, and the person starts speaking in front of the colleagues or the office colleagues, it'll create a really bad impression at that moment. So we should avoid doing that.
My last question is, as per your opinion, which are the best public speakers at present?
So the foremost is Praveen Vadalkar, the person who has taught me these. He's a 9-time TEDx speaker. The second is Mark Bowden, of whom I've mentioned in the presentation itself. These are the ones, sir.
Only two?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Garthi, if someone want to ask questions, they can ask.
Yes. Thank you, Shubham. And if anyone has any question for the Shubham, please feel free to ask by unmuting yourself or ask him in chat box. Audience. If
Well,
anyone has
may I
any
ask?
question. Yes, ma'am.
May I
Yes.
ask?
Yes, yes.
Hello,
Okay,
ma'am.
so hi Shubham, very good presentation, and of course, a good topic that you chose also because we are going to judge you on that same topic. So my first question to you would be, what made you choose this topic for your own presentation?
Ma'am, it will be the ways you can join army, the different ways in which you can join Indian Armed Forces. That will be my point for the presentation if I have to give it in front of the large audience.
Okay, so you want to get into armed forces and you think public speaking would be one of the ways you could reach there, is it?
No, ma'am. But then if I have to influence a large group of people by
Okay.
giving them information on some topic, I'll prefer to select this topic as my for my presentation because I think there are a lot of people out there in the civil field who don't really know about our own armed forces. And I've experienced a lot of times when I see people talk about soldiers who are getting martyred, and I hear them casually say these things like he got killed or he was murdered. I mean, I get really disappointed when I hear these things, and I would personally like to make a change in this by making these people aware about the fact that these soldiers who are there on the border or who are in the field areas, who are patrolling, and they're there for us day and night. These people have got heart of steel, and they train really hard to be there at that place, and you can't just casually say.
All right. Okay, so since your topic is public speaking, and I'd like to give you one instance, and you tell me what would you do that as a public speaker. Okay.
Okay,
So, for example, you are on the stage with almost hundreds and 200s of people in front of you, and the
yes, ma'am.
crowd is really mischievous. They are just not in the mood to listen to whatever that you are saying. So how will
Yes, ma'am.
you as a public speaker handle that situation?
Uh, Ma'am, initially the fact is that when the crowd is really mischievous and they're constantly making fun of you, or they're kind of taunting at you again and again. I've covered this in my presentation as well. But the point here is that if you get demotivated, or if you get even slightly disappointed by the fact that the crowd is taunting at you, you'll lose control of your presentation. Rather, what I suggest is that when you go on the stage, and when the crowd is really mischievous and they are naughty and they're not really in that mood of listening to you, just give yourself some time, settle on the stage, take the center, and be patient. And when you take a pause, I've actually mentioned the technique, the pause and pan technique in my
The pause
presentation.
and plan, yes.
Exactly. So when you take that pause, when you pan the audience, even if that audience is really, and most of the times we don't really, experience such an audience who's, uh, at least there are some people in the audience who pay attention to you. Even if it's a audience of 100 people, at least 2 or 3 people will be there who will be paying attention to you. Target those people, though it's not really that difficult. Just select a group of, 1 or 2 people from different sections of the audience, give them a deep eye contact, and that's where your patience, your smile that you have on your face comes into action. You give them a huge, good smile, and you make a good eye contact, and through that you connect with them. You make a connection with them, and what happens is when you make connection with that particular person, eventually all the people who are sitting around that person in that particular group, they'll start feeling connected to you. Because when we clap, even if that's one person who starts clapping in the audience, all the other people in the audience, they start clapping after him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Okay, so anyone from audience if have question for Shubham can ask by muting yourself or by putting it in chat
So
box.
this is the same way it happens, and we can easily control the audience and connect. Hello, ma'am. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Shubham, you are audible. I think your connection was lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes, you continue.
okay. So as I was saying, that even if the audience is mischievous and it's really hard to control them, you can target some people in the audience, and when you connect with them, and it's not really that difficult to connect. If you make a good eye contact with them, and if you give them a good smile, they'll feel connected to you, because that factor comes in where that person feels that he is special because the speaker is giving him the attention. And when you give that attention to that person, um, the entire audience will eventually connect to you. They'll get silent and they'll pay attention to your presentation.
Okay, Shubham. So let's move to our second participant. So
Okay, Gali,
okay.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Shubham. Okay, so our second participant is Ruchika Kahane, and her topic was coastal region of India and their ecosystems. So Ruchika.
Yes. Hi, Kagi. Am I audible?
So, yes, you are audible. So, ma'am, sir, you can ask questions.
Yeah. Ruchika,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you have prepared quite good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Good efforts. Just let me ask you the question which I asked to Shubham. I'll ask you the same question. Which resources have you referred to prepare your presentation?
So mainly Google is the best source, I think. It's on the net, you get everything. So
No, don't tell only Google. Don't tell only Google. Huh? Because search anything on the Google, you need to visit many sites. You need to
Yes,
check
sir.
who is the publisher, then who presented that research paper, and how much that information is authentic or not. Okay. So purposely I ask you this question, that which are the resources. Okay.
Yes, so there were many sites. Basically, I don't remember like the names and authentication, but it was like uh, information, good source of information, we can say, and that I found interesting, and therefore I picked that.
Okay, fine. My question is, what is the effect of different ecosystems on human life?
So, in what context, basically? Like
Any context.
socially, economic.
Whatever the ecosystem you have considered, okay, 4 or 5 ecosystems you have discussed, okay. So first is, what's the significance of this study? Okay, so if when I am asking you the significance of the study, okay, so obviously we need to understand then what's the effect of all these ecosystems on human life.
So basically, the first and foremost is the catchiness it has, because it attracts everything. The vastness of the ecosystem is what is important, I think, and for scientists also, it is an important like subject to study. They really find it interesting, and for us also, since in our country we have such good, we can say, things. We also need to study a bit more about that. And the next is, in India, it has a lot of effect. Like if we consider, first of all, is tourism. That is, I think, very prominent. Second is that it also supports like livelihood, like economic activities are a lot if considered in that sector.
Whatever the ecosystems you have described, is there any ecosystem which is at present is in unbalanced state?
Unbalanced, I guess.
See, always balance necessary
Yeah.
in each ecosystem, okay, but at present there are some ecosystems, these are facing problems. There are many ill effects
Yeah.
of this ecosystem on human beings also. Okay, you are not explaining that, but there are some ill. So let it be. Okay, just tell me. Okay,
I think ecosystem, because the increase in pollution, the garbage humans make, and that is somehow dumped in the seas and oceans, that has increased global warming also, but for aquatic ecosystem also, the all the fishes and organisms which live in that marine ecosystem especially, that gets very affected. So that is, we can say, as an ill effect of pollution basically. And I guess one more is, I think, coastal region, because the increase in human activities, it gradually results in pollution, and the show gets affected of that.
okay. Thank you, Ruchika.
Thank you,
Aishwarya
sir.
ma'am, you can ask questions.
Ma'am, you're muted.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Okay. Oh, hi. Am I audible now?
Hello, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
audible.
How are you, Ruchika?
Good, fine, thank you.
All right. So first of all, good topic. I mean, quite different. So, what made you really choose this topic as your presentation?
Ma'am, basically, as I answered to sir also, that in India, tourism is a very interesting topic for everyone. Like everyone likes to travel around, and also for the residents over there also, because they are also interesting in making the most of it. So I guess this topic, rather than just seeing the show, if some information about it, some facts, if we are able to get that, then I think that will be the cherry on the cake. And also, we don't really go deep into study. Like we like to solve things on like top, like only we don't go into deep. So I thought that this topic, because it is very new, and also like you said, it's a little bit different. So I thought that giving people a perspective about how what is actually what India is having and what is to cherish, I think that can make people a little bit interesting, and also they'll know something about that.
Okay. All right. So in your fourth slide, which is the islands, you've written, you've mentioned that endemism is a feature of many islands. So can you tell what is endemism?
And basically, like islands, as they are very what we can say, attract attractive would be, I guess, okay. So all the endemic, like all these species or whatever we get to find over there, whatever it would be, that would have effects.
Okay.
Yeah, this much only I know. I don't know much about that in detail, but
Okay.
whatever is like the what we find over there, that we can say.
Okay. And regarding ecosystems and mangroves that you have mentioned in your PPT. So, while studying for this presentation, apart from whatever that you have mentioned in your PPT, what did you personally learn? Something that you have not said in your PPT, or personally, what did Ruchika learn from this presentation about the ecosystems that you would like to share from your own self?
So actually, there were a lot of it, but just including like all of it was not possible for me also. So I think what whatever I included first was like marine and other one coral. So these being also popular and familiar among the like normal people also, because for example, a man or anything wouldn't know very much deep about like sea like the scientific concepts which go into that ecosystem. So that I found interesting. And other one was so whatever one thing I learned, um, I cannot sum up like just the one thing, but while I was studying, the I was actually like amazed to know that there is so much in the coastal regions also. We don't look in detail, but like the beauty it has, that was really fascinating, and that's what was the main reason we can say I included like the corals. So and also I didn't mention it in the slides of coral ecosystem, but one thing which I saw was that it has very wide application in medical field also.
Okay.
I just said that line, but I didn't include that. So
Okay.
everything is interconnected. The applications are very vast, and that thing I guess was what I learned.
Okay. Good. Good that there's a learning from whatever that you have studied. So good
Yeah,
presentation.
thank you, ma'am. That was it was a very uh, vast topic, we can say. So as much we go in detail, the vastness increases. We cannot stick
That's
to one thing. That's what. So I tried to cover up like important
yeah,
things which would
yes.
be interesting.
That was quite evident on your PPT.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you, Ruchika. Anybody or any participant, any audience have question for Ruchika, so they can unmute and they can say or write it in chat box.
One thing I would like to add, in all the what are the 5 presentations I saw, Ruchika's presentation includes much more content and also prepared very nicely. Okay, so really I appreciate the presentation prepared by Ruchika. There are many points, minor points also she covered. Okay, yeah, it's a very vast topic in fact. Okay, well, till there are little much more scope for improvement, but till it's just a comparison in between all the 5 participants. Okay, yes, continue with the next
Thank you, sir.
participant. Maggie.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Moving our next participant, Shrey Potse. His topic is Fanta Black. Shrey. Shrey. Yeah. So, sir, ma'am, you can ask your question.
Shrey, whatever the presentation you have shared, I was not able to read the font of your presentation. Whether these are the copied pictures or you have prepared it, really you are prepared or not?
Yes, sir. I had prepared it actually. In last few days, there was a presentation in our department. So soft skill presentation in our department. So I have prepared at that time, and I have presented the same presentation over here.
But while presenting or while preparing the video also, the font was not visible.
No, actually, I can share the original PPT with you, sir. So actually, the quality issues because the size was getting too much of high size, because the file total when I saw it, it was around something 500 MB. So that's why I compressed it to something around 25 or something. I can share it again, sir, with good quality pictures, good quality PPT and video.
Now, since you have studied some different material, it's a nano material.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about physical properties of this material, Vanta Black?
Sir, so Vanta Black is one of the darkest substance found on the earth. Not found, it is made, it is a man-made substance. So the formula of the Vanta Black, the chemical formula of the Vanta Black is just a carbon. So it is basically a carbon nanotube. And when as the black is the as the black color absorbs the majority of the radiations, in the Vanta Black there are black tubes, black carbon nanotubes, and when the light
let me interrupt you.
light is what we say, when the light falls on that.
Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
All these properties and all these points already you have explained. Okay. But I'm just asking you only physical properties, okay,
Yeah.
which you are not covered in your presentation. That's why I'm asking you.
Sir, physical properties in what sense? I'm not some.
Like,
sir, can you repeat? Actually, there is a bit of internet issues, I think.
Okay. See, it's a total black material that I can understand. You also refer the chemical formula of that material, okay? But physical properties means when we are going to use that material, okay, for some application, okay? So we must tell about its strength, okay? That means how much is its tensile strength, compressive strength, or it's the particle size distribution, or if some layer is to be prepared, then up to what thickness that layer can be prepared. Then if it is a layer, then obviously there are some other properties of the layer also, like Young's modulus of the material, then its elasticity, okay, hardness or toughness, okay. So likewise, sir,
sorry to interrupt you, but sir, it is a paint. Sir, it is used as a paint. So there's nothing like a tensile strength or Young's modulus or bulk modulus of that kind, because it's a paint. It's used as an paint and it is painted on the objects, so that it's generally painted in inside the telescope, so that the excess light that's entering inside the lens is absorbed by the Vanta Black, and so the person can view the upper sky clearly.
So on the scale of hardness, how much is the hardness of that material?
Sir, I'm unable to hear you.
Sorry?
Hello, Shrey. Sir, I think Shrey is having connectivity issue.
Yeah, yes, it's a problem.
Hello, Shrey. Are
Yes,
you rejoining?
Actually, I'm here, but I am not able to see, sir. I'm not able to
Okay.
hear you. Yeah.
Are you able to? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sir
you are.
will ask you question. Sir will ask you question again.
Yeah. If it is paint, okay.
Okay.
So up to what thickness you can apply its coat? Okay, first thing. Second thing, how much is the hardness of that material?
Sir, hardness means, sir, it is just a thin layer. So, sir, I'll just tell you so how I came to know about Vanta Black. So, sir, basically, I'm conducting a research in solar thermal technology. So, in that technology, sir, Shah sir is guiding me in that research. So, basically, in that we want to use something that will absorb all the incident sunlight radiations and convert it into the heat. So for that purpose, we were trying to use Vanta Black. So from there, I came to know. So there is one more improved version of the Vanta Black, that is Black 3.0. It is developed by MIT. So sir, this is used only as a paint. So there is nothing like tensile strength and all that things, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Aishwarya ma'am, you can ask questions.
So, do you know the tensile strength of the Asian paint, any paint that oil paint or that we are applying? Just for general knowledge, I'm asking you, sir.
No. Since it's a carbon material, okay. So it's basic
Many,
material.
sir, carbon material, but it's a paint. Na? Paint can be made up of carbon, sir. Same concept. Exactly,
It's
I'm trying to.
nanomaterial. But whatever the photographs you have shown, in that I had just observed that it is just like a tubular structure. Okay.
Sir,
In
it's a
that,
tubular structure, but it is in nanoscale. That it is into 10 raised to minus 6, 10 raised to minus 6. That it is in microns, less than microns even. So it is unseen. So, sir, even what we say H2 has some structure. It is a this like structure, means V-like structure. But sir, it is not what we say. But in original form, it is a circle when we drop it from a height or something. It forms a drop. So, sir, in a what we say in some micro level or nano level, the properties or what we say the physical appearance of the particles and in the bulk stage both are very different, sir. Am I right, sir?
yeah, I understand. It's a nano material, and your application is for paint,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
whenever any paint we use, even the paint is also having its physical properties.
Yes.
Anyway, your application is in the solar system.
Yes, sir.
So you just want to use that in the solar system, okay, just to attract the solar rays and to increase the temperature.
Sir, not to attract but to absorb.
Yeah, that means this finally is there. You want to increase this temperature of the entire system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Aishwarya, we can ask questions.
Okay. Hi, Shreya. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so first of all, quite a different topic, very technical. So good.
Yes.
And you also mentioned just now that you're working on some research project, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for what are you preparing that research project? Is it for the curriculum or for some other competition?
No, ma'am, it is not for curriculum, not for competition. It's just for my personal hobby because I like to study and research about the renewable energy. So, basically, I was some biofuels. So, in traditional biofuel that is used in a farm, so it emits lots of bad smell. It's just a sulfur dioxide and other things. So basically what I does is that I made a pipe, and when the gas will pass through that pipe, so all the bad smell and the moisture will be absorbed in that pipe, and the clean methane will be left out from the other side. So that because in our regular stores, the females were unable to use that gas because it causes rust in the what we say burners. So that's why I have made it. So it was under the guidance of the Manor Iris, sir, which recently passed away. So that research, yes.
ठीक आहे, 5-10 मिनिटं. बरं, चालतं.
And
नाही, मी करतो.
Yes. And what?
And also, ma'am, I'm studying on some nitrogen fueled engine too. So
Okay.
basically, the concept behind it is that traditionally we are extracting energy. What can't say energy, but movement or electricity from the heat, right? From the heat. So my concept is that why can't we extract the energy from lack of energy? So basically, it's just like a temperature that if our room is at temperature of some, for example, 70 degrees Celsius, and outside that room it is 30 degrees Celsius. And for example, we are immune at 70 degree. Immune means that we can't feel, for example. So when means we are okay at 70 degree, and when we move at 30 degree, it will be very cold for us. So basically, energy from lack of energy. So the concept arised from I took two syringes that our traditional syringes used for medical purposes. So when the syringe is at top, ma'am, I will show you the. Wait a minute. Yes, ma'am. So this is a syringe.
Okay.
So when we press this from, so when we cover from side and just pull it, it instantaneously goes inside. So basically, so my idea being that if we arrange these two syringes in a series and pair it with some flywheel, so one at TDC and other at this position. So it will become a perpetual motion machine, right, ma'am? So to further develop it, so what I done is try. So means it is just in ideation stage, ma'am. So I tried. So I have just theoretically say means I am just consulting with some of the sir. So apply nitrogen jackets on it. So it will become a cold, and on upper side I applied a spark plug. So spark plug takes the temperature of the air around 80 degrees Celsius in just an instant, for a millisecond time, right, ma'am? So the heat is generated instantaneously, and the air inside will expand. So it will expand, and again it will come into contact with that cool nitrogen jackets, and it will again contract. So this will become a energy. Means energy from the lack of energy. We are taking energy from a cold source, not from the heat source, and also it's emission free.
Okay, so I got to know
Yeah.
about your technical inclination, and good that you have this curious mind towards so many things that are happening. Okay, so now let me check your, how you're able to communicate. So, for example, your topic went up black, so it is very, for engineers who are technically inclined, they may easily understand. Now, I'll give you a situation. For example, if you have to explain Vanta Black to somebody who is maybe in fifth or sixth standard. So, in what
Yes.
way, in simple language, will you explain by taking some analogy to that kid? That what is Vanta Black? So, anything from your regular use or things that even a child would know. So, how will you convey whatever that you have to tell to the kid? This is your analogy test.
So, ma'am, can you just give me a situation that in what situation I have to I have to convey that thing to the kid?
Okay.
Means
So, for
in what?
example,
For example,
so I consider I am in. I don't know anything about Vanta Black until I
yeah.
read your presentation. So I had to think technically and in detail. So I got some idea. So consider I am asking you what is Vanta Black. Tell me in simple language. Very simple. You know,
So
very
Vanta
very
Black
simple.
is yeah. So yes, ma'am, I'll continue. So Vanta Black is just another paint which is made up of nanomaterial, and the
Okay. What is
nanomaterial
nanomaterial? What is nanomaterial?
nanomaterial is the for example, if we take something like a paper or a plastic. So this is a plastic. So
Okay.
the plastic, so the width of plastic is that we can see it, and it is in some millimeters. So when that thickness of the plastic will go in the scale of 10 raised to minus 6, So it becomes a nanomaterial that the thickness is just of 6 atoms, 6 carbon atoms or 6 atoms of any of the element in the world. So that's the nanomaterial, and this nanomaterial is made up of carbon,
Okay.
and it absorbs 99.965% of the energy radiations that are incident on it. The energy radiations may be sound, light energy, and anything of the electromagnetic sources. And also the Vanta Black is not yet used commercially. So BMW lately in the Frankfurt Auto Show unveiled the concept of the BMW X6, X6, that is a SUV coupe car. So they unveiled the Vanta Black edition of it. So in the night, no one can even see that car. So it is that dark. So on the road, you can just see the lights of that car, and it's highly risky for driving such a cars because many accidents can happen in that scenario. So it's not yet legal in whole world right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Well tried. Good. Keep researching about such topics, and I hope you'll come up with really good solutions to the problems that you're facing today. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you, Shrey. So any question for Shrey and judges from audience? Okay, so no question. So we'll move to the next participant. Our next participant is Avinash Pawar, and his topic is easiest way to earn pocket money and gain experience. So I like Avinash. Avinash, you are muted. So please unmute yourself.
Okay. Now audible? I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Okay, sir will ask you question.
Avinash, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate the expressions which you gave in your video. The way in which you talk there, okay, really nice. Just one problem which I observed, that you have explored only one agency for the internship. So it just appears that you are doing some advertisement for some agency. Yeah, it may be some non-profit making agency. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm going to ask you about that. Okay, so who invented that? Who are the founder members of that agency? Okay, yeah, but probably there are many such type of agencies available in the field also. Okay, but you have not explored that. Even the AICT, the HRD ministry, they also develop one or two such portals. Okay, I would like that if you have explored that also. Okay, yeah, definitely this topic is useful for the students. Okay, or AICT B students, very useful. Okay, you are really telling it in some different way. And how can they explore the internship? It's just not just like for knowledge, but even for the pocket money also. So different aspects we have explored that. Okay, but the first point which I raised, okay, I want to ask questions related to that. Okay, who are the inventors or founder members of this this agency? I think it is Interscale, no?
Intershala.
Intershala. Yes, Intershala. Yeah. So go ahead.
Sir, actually there is no owner of this. When they organize some events in which so many students are participate, and they getting selected for this internship. When so many students are they known as ISP, Intershala Student Partner Program. When that students win or ranked 1 through 3, the students handle their portal. There is no, I think I don't search that owner of that Intershala.
Okay. But you have not explored such other websites or other agencies. Okay, there are many NGOs also. Even government initiatives also are there. Okay, so I think that is also necessary to explore all these things, because see, when you are telling something to the students, okay, so obviously you have to tell that which are the different options available for the students.
Sir, mainly I will choose this talk because when I am in first year, then so many seniors come in my class and give the talk about Intershala. So I am excited, and I will go through the research for that Intershala. And then I will also selected in 2 ISP programs. So I will decided to make this PPT for that topic. And I think I also research on so many government portals also. I think I saw some HRM portal also there, but I don't have any knowledge about that portal. So, and I have a lot of knowledge about Intershala. So I will decided to make a PPT on or talk on this Intershala.
Okay, come to the other aspect. One aspect which I explored, that pocket money. But what are the benefits of doing internship, and at what level student must do internship?
Sir, who doesn't want to be financially independent in their life? Everyone does, right? But Intershala also provides some certificates. That certificates have a lot of valuable. They also helps you to gain valuable experiences and build your careers. And it also give there are so many internships are paid. They also gives they also helps you to connect the students to the corporate world, how to do jobs or how to do works, or they give also some technical knowledge also. They have also some trainings which have if you join, then they give the 80% offer on that trainings, and they also give the knowledge about trainings, Intershala trainings, or some technical uh, technical work also they provide.
Have you gone through any such type of training?
Yes, I will start now. I think my class is from 5th 5th December, so I will not I will not start it. I will start next month.
Okay, so you are going to start. Okay, okay, fine. Aishwarya ma'am.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, Internshala, as you mentioned that you have had a lot of study on it, right? And that is the reason you chose this topic for your presentation. Yeah, so
Yes.
one doubt I had, though your presentation was really good, but it was very short. What do you think on this?
Ma'am, this presentation is make at night 3 a.m. So I am in sleepy mode. So I will decided to make very short.
Weren't you given enough time for the presentation?
But ma'am, I am busy in so my work, and also, but I like to participate in, and I also my exploring my knowledge. So I will take the decision and make a PPT.
Okay,
I
good,
have a
but
business, so many works. I'm not mentioning them. Okay.
okay. So good that you made a very good presentation comparatively at 3 a.m. Just I thought could have added more content, more engaging script, and communication skills. Good. Of course, there's a scope for improvement for all of us, but just a little more of
Yes.
content could have done better. Maybe you can, if you do it one day, you'll get enough time to do that. Since that you have made it at 3 a.m., so good, appreciable. Okay, so have you heard about SWOT analysis? What is SWOT?
What, ma'am?
SWOT. Okay, so
Yes.
you are in second year, right?
Yes. Yes. Second
Okay,
year,
so
first
maybe
semester.
you okay, so you'll learn it eventually. So Internshala. So when you decided to do a research on Internshala, so your presentation, I must say, if you must have given out to a group of students or class, it definitely was something that you're trying to looking at your presentation, I'm sure many students, yeah, it's good. I need to do internship. So of course that was the way of your presentation, that you were trying to convince, how good is internshala. So you yourself, how much internships have you done so far? 1, 2?
Ma'am, actually, I have done 2 internships and get 2 certificates also, and some cash incentives also. And I'm also done 2 ISP programs for Intershala, because in this Intershala ISP programs we learn so many things: communication, sales, campus ambassador, marketing. So, and I have that. So this way I am talking in with you. This also from Intershala, and
Okay.
I will tell you that this is my first time to talk in English with with judges. Okay, so I will trying to improve myself, and Intershala really helps me. And due to this Intershala knowledge, I also joined some businesses. That businesses are I'm taken that name as MLM. Due to due to this Intershala knowledges, I will create my network also. I in my downline there are 52 downlines are peoples also are there. I will also motivate them and inspire them, and I will also suggest them to join Intershala.
Okay, good. So you are a good marketeer. You can be a very good advertisement person for internshala.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
good
Because
that you have, yeah, what were you saying?
there is sale. There is no another than sales. Sales is very important in life to
That is
convince
true.
others.
Yes, so you have made the most of the lockdown, right? For the internships.
Yes, yes.
You've done it in the lockdown, right? Yes. Good. And apart from the internships or that you have mentioned in your PPT, what else would you like to tell that you have not mentioned? Okay, so now that we have know and from your answers also, so tell us something that you have not put up in your PPT as well as not said in your script.
I think this talk is also give me some cash incentives.
Okay.
I will record. I will record this and also I will show them this proof, and they also give me some cash incentives.
Okay. So you're planning to do many more internships with Internshala.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So one more question. Since you must have researched about Internshala, right? Online on Google.
Yeah.
You must have went through.
Okay.
So also there are, can you name few platforms which are as, which can be said who are the competitors of Internshala?
I don't take the name because I don't know really about that. I only no, I know that are government portals. I think NSIT, NPTEL, or GUVI also. But I don't know about that their knowledge or their internships. So I decided to take Intershala only
Okay. So
because
I'll tell
Intershala
you.
provides us so many facilities.
True, accepted.
Okay, tell.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are few like Intern World, Let's Intern, right? So these are few
Yeah.
platforms which also provide internships as well as few projects where students can learn, right? And then they also have tie-ups with companies where the projects that you do are shown to the companies, and there's a very high chance of you getting placed there. So it's Let's Intern, Stu Max, STUMAGZ. So there's also this platform, Let's Intern World. So since you have a lot of interest in internships and about Internshala, so there are also few things on the other platforms which can help you too, right? So do go through Google such similar platforms, since you are introduced to Internshala at a very young age, that is just in second year. So since you have done 2 internships here, you can go and try with Let's Intern or Intern World. You can just go and check what are the courses. Also, have you heard about Unacademy
Yeah,
or
yeah, yes.
Demi? Yeah, so there are also courses, various courses which are available and which can be quite beneficial. So do have a research on study on this. It can help you also. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good presentation. And keep learning and keep improving your confidence. That's very good.
Okay, ma'am.
Not only
Thank you.
you, but even your classmates, your friends, your the next batch students, they will get the benefit of that if you compare the different possibilities which are available. Because see, different these organizations, they work in different fields. Okay, so whenever you are giving some options, so initially only I told you that you must give that if you have these skills. Okay, this particular site is beneficial for you, or this portal is beneficial for you. Okay, so accordingly, you just develop this habit. It's a good habit. Okay, and you are doing marketing for the betterment of your friends. Okay, of your colleagues.
Yes.
Okay, and that's really good.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Avinash. So any question for Avinash and judges from audience?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So moving our next participant, Rutuja. Her topic is hard work and failure. Rutuja? Yeah, Rutuja is here. So, ma'am and sir, you can ask the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am-
Rutuja, how are you? Am I audible, Rutuja?
Sir, fine. I'm very fine. Thank you, sir, for asking. Yes, sir, you're audible. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible, and your topic is really good topic. Hard work and the failure, and you have tried to bridge the gap between these two words. Okay, really good topic. Okay, not
Thank
purely
you, sir.
technical. Okay, it's totally different topic. Okay, but really a needed one. Okay, uh, one question I need to ask: in your entire presentation, 3 times you have given example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, there are many examples for which you can even write the success stories. So, can you tell me any 3 examples, okay, in which they have converted failure into success?
So, I really admire Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and that's why I've given his examples most. And
No, that's really good. What you have done, that's really good. Okay, but apart from that, I am asking you 3 examples.
apart from that, considering various actors in industries, Bollywood industries, they come from very not all, but those who come from background which is not related to that industry. They work hard and fail at sometimes, and again they rise up and do further work. So, for example, the comedian Kapil Sharma. So he failed, not failed. Due to some problems and mistakes he did, he failed for 2 times, and then again he rise up, and now also his show is still going on. Of course, with other comedians added, but he rised up from that. Then second example I would give from students. As we are the students, we not all the students are good in studies. Not all of them are good in everything. So whatever they do, for considering study, for they study, so they study hard a lot, and those especially considering JEE mains or the competitive exams which make us enter through good colleges like our college. So they study and hard a lot. And sometimes they get failed, but not all of them. But they fail and they rise. They take 1 year gap, and then they after taking 1 year gap, they go to the colleges they want. And then third example I would cover is I'm not really done with this, but these 2 examples are most relevant to me.
One more thing, hard work. When you say, so different persons are having different scale for hard work. That means student always say that, sir, I did a lot of work, I did a lot of hard work, okay, but another person may say that no, it is not up to the mark. Okay, so how will you provide the judgment for hard work? Is there any scale or how to measure it? Okay, see, perfectly there is nothing to measure this term. Okay, but
Yes.
still, if I comparing some students, okay, and always by just by telling that do hard work, but exactly to what extent hard work means, to what extent they have to do this. Okay, so can you highlight some your thinking on this one?
Sir, first of all, hard work cannot be judged on the one scale, as you said. So we should compare two persons or two people doing hard work who are in the same field and doing hard work in that field. And then there is no scale for that. But if you are working towards a goal and if that is reached, the hard work is sufficient for that. You don't have to exceed that limit and do hard work. So sufficient hard work, we can say that if you have reached the goal through that hard work, it is called hard, then it is sufficient for that. And then third time, I again said that if you are comparing two people from different field for hard work, it is not a good thing. Like one person doing hard work in studies and one person doing hard work in sports, you cannot compare them in same way that this person is doing study in a better way than that sports person, because they are not working hard for the same goal and what we say same the same thing which they are working for. One person is working for sports and another is working for studies. So we should compare two more than two people in terms of hard work in this if they are in same field, not in different field. That's what they say.
Yeah, okay, fine, that's fine. In your presentation, the flow of your presentation is initially you have discussed about hardware, then you have discussed about failure. So after doing hard work, if there is failure, if it is like this, or if failures are there, then do hard work. Okay, so I think the sequence must be opposite.
No, sir. If we do hard work and we get failure sometimes, sequence can be opposite, but mostly if we the failure is we can appreciate the failure only when we do hard work. If we are not doing hard work for something and then we are failed at that, and we want appreciation from others that I did some work but I failed. We appreciate people who are we have faced failure, but we see first that they have done a lot of hard work before that, but the circumstances made it fail like that. For example, Chandrayaan 2, the scientist and all the people in ISRO did a lot of hard work, but due to some circumstances or some small mistakes, they failed at that thing. But our Prime Minister appreciated them that you can do it next time. That scene was a good one because he did hard work, he or his team. If it was not done by them, then they would not have been appreciated. That's why I made the flow hard work, failure, and how they are connected to each other. So, am I audible?
Yeah. In that, in your presentation, one line which explain is about failure is a part of life. Or something like this. Can you explore this line?
Yes, failure is a part of life. If we are doing something, there are chances that we fail at that thing. Even if we are sleeping, we can fail at doing that thing, because if the reasons might be different, that we had slept before like 10 to 12 hours, and then our sleep cycle is bad, and that, but we can fail at that. The easiest thing, people say that sleep is the easiest thing, so we can fail at that. If we are doing something in life, we fail at that, and that's why they are part of life.
Yeah, good topic, good presentation. I like the quotes which you have mentioned in your presentation. Okay, over to you, Aishwarya ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, ma'am. I'm very fine. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So, Rutuja, your topic is like something we all do have a personal connection with, that is success and failure, right? So, your topic reminds me of a very beautiful story that I had read somewhere. So, it was like the owner of a very, very big company was once asked that on what grounds do you select the CEO of your company? Because whenever you choose candidates, whenever you see people who are worthy to become the CEO, so all of them must be very intelligent, must be smart, must be well qualified, graduated with good experience. So all of them must have the same level of intellect. So how do you select the CEO? So the owner, what did he say? That I when I take interviews of the people who are going to be the CEO of my company, I do not ask them, what is your qualification? Tell me your experience. What is your grade? What did you do in your graduation? So these are not the questions that we ask to the person. We just ask them one question, and if we get the satisfactory answer, only then he is appointed the CEO. So you know what that question is? They ask the candidate, tell me about the biggest failure of your life and how did you overcome it? So, this is the only question which is asked to the person who comes for the interview of the CEO, right? So, when that person is asking him, what is your biggest failure and how did you overcome? Why? Because tomorrow, if due to some or the other reason the company happens to fail miserably, but if the CEO doesn't know how to overcome the failure, then how would the CEO can be trusted to help this company grow, right? So how important is failure in our lives? So this is what is tested in any interview, or the position of that interview. So I also want you to ask you the same question since you chose this topic. So far for you, I won't say, I don't expect it to be a big problem. So what according to you was the biggest problem in your life and which you have overcome? It could be any problem, any silly problem, but just the moment that you thought you cannot do it, you are done with it, you are failing at it, but then you somehow kept on going and you overcame that fear, that problem, or anything. So, Rutuja, over to you.
So, first of in school back then, uh, I loved dancing from I was a very little uh, person. I love dancing, and in school I was not selected for any dance in annual days and everything. So I got very disappointed for that thing. So why am I a bad dancer, or I'm not doing well in that, or so. So that was a failure for a small kid. It is not. We do not expect big failure in that stage. So. And I was always disappointed from that fact, and I was not selected for any dance until I was in 8th class. And the fact is, I was a classical dancer by then, so it was very disappointing for me. And in 8th class, I was selected for a classical dance. Obviously, when I uh, made it discover to other people who used to select us. So it was a thing, and I did uh, uh, got problems in that too. That already the perspective is made in people's mind that no, she do not know how to dance and all that. So first of all, when I was selected, they did tease me a lot. Uh, Although they didn't know I was a classical dancer, I was trained for that. But it's okay, and I did overcome with it by participating in that dancing again and again until I was in 12th class. So I overcome this failure and fear by just trying hard for that.
Okay, good. Fair enough.
It was not a big
Uh,
failure, but
but yes, for a child, it is a big failure because I can
Yes.
feel that experience because I too have been rejected in first standard for not, for not being able to dance. Okay, so
Yes.
that is not a small failure. That is a very big failure for a person in, first and second standard. So that's all right. Okay, so about your PPT, it's a very good presentation, good pictures, good content, and I loved the way you presented your posture while speaking, confident, and
Thank you, ma'am.
I guess you had learned the script very well, right?
I haven't prepared any script for that.
Okay,
I just
good.
have my own knowledge and spoke.
Good. Good. As you did not fumble anywhere, most of the time. So good that it showed that you were well prepared for your presentation. Just like Sir said, there could have been a number of examples that you could have put, but since you are
Yeah.
admirer of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and he is the
Thank
epitome of success, so of course, no doubt. But just for an example, kind of you could have put some more stories, more people in your presentation whose success stories would have made a difference, plus
Yes,
failure
ma'am.
stories. Failure stories make a huge impact,
Important.
right? So that also could have helped. Yeah, so according to you, you say that hard work is important, and so is failure, right? So,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
have to achieve something, you will have to first fail, or you'll have to go through the hardships and then achieve, right? So, hard work is something that we have been taught since childhood, all of us, right? That you work hard and you get it. But honestly, I would also like to give a piece of advice that today we live in a VUCA world, right? So, VUCA is something I learned in management, in my MBA. So VUCA stands for VUCA. V is volatile, U is uncertain, C is complex, and A is ambiguous, right? So it's so different. You never expect what can come at what time. For example, COVID, we are totally shattered. Now, what happened? Everything has changed. So we live in a changing environment. So in this changing environment, not only hard work, it's smart work as
Smart
well.
work.
So you
So,
have to use your brains when you're working hard, because into the corporates or wherever that you're working, sometimes hard work won't get you there. You have to use your brains, your intellect, where you
intellect.
can sometimes your intellect can your smart work can take you to places where hard work won't take you, right? Single handedly, of
Yes,
course,
ma'am.
hard work is, it should be there, it should be a part of our DNA. But we in a world like this, we should also learn to imbibe smart work, because for example,
Ma'am,
like, yeah, so your
no,
placements. So
continue.
I'm not able to hear you. Hello,
Rutuja?
Rutuja.
Nothing, ma'am. I didn't say anything.
Acha,
Okay.
acha, I'm not. Okay, you're not visible
Hello.
though.
Hello.
There's some
Yes, Rutuja, you are
network.
audible.
There must be some problem, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, good connection. Yeah, so for placements or where you're going to go for jobs, so there are students who work really hard, go for aptitude, go for so many things, training sessions, but at the end moment they don't use they don't use their brains, right? So this is the one thing that I've noticed about smart and studious kids. So whenever you as a person would like to influence or tell somebody of hard work, so also make sure that you carry its brother's name, that is smart work as well,
Smart work.
because
Yes.
in this generation both are equally important and equally applicable. So this is just what I wanted to share with you on about my experience.
Yes,
So
I wanted to include that, but somewhere on internet I read that if you are doing something for your ambition and doing hard work, enough hard work for that, you get that presence of mind and intellect side by side,
exactly,
so as to achieve that thing. So I didn't included that word smart work, as
you
it
could
was
have added
also
it.
related to hard work only. That's why, but
Okay,
I'll include it next time.
yeah, next time don't forget to. Okay, and overall good presentation. All the
Thank you, ma'am.
best.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Rutuja. Thank you, ma'am. So, any question for Rutuja from audience or for judges? Any question? Hello. Yes,
Am I
Nandini.
audible?
Yes, Nandini, you are audible.
So I have a question for judges. Can I ask?
Yes. Okay. You can ask.
So as everyone says, like soft skills are really important to improve yourself. So in a soft skill, we just include like communications, everything. But I just have asked you like the vocabulary is also be important part of soft skill. Like you have to improve your vocabulary if you have to be good in your soft. You have to improve soft skills. So vocabulary is important for that or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
Nandini,
Yes.
what was the question? The last line, I didn't get it.
Okay, ma'am. So I just want to ask, like the soft skills. Everyone thinks like soft skills are so important. So the vocabulary is also a part of is also considered as a part of soft skills. So we also improve vocabulary to be a good in soft skill.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that a question
Yeah,
that
is that
should?
important? Is that important or not?
Okay.
I have to ask like.
Yeah. So see, soft skills is communication, right? So communication doesn't necessarily mean your verbal communication. There are different types of communication: verbal communication, non-verbal communication, silent communication. So communication is not talking a lot. It's talking the exact words, right? So if I tell you, if I want something from you, and what if I try to make it, unnecessarily very complex? Will you get what I'm trying to say? No, bhai kehna kya chahta? You'll be like, right? So vocabulary, yes, it is very important, but you shouldn't try to unnecessarily beautify your statements or your words where it's not necessary. So having a vocabulary is very good, because when you go into corporate or your job interviews, your vocabulary will definitely be like an ornament on you, in your language. So that will definitely add the plus points if you have a good vocabulary. It's not about the words which the journalists use, which are very difficult to understand for the layman, right? So you can use words which make your sentence beautiful, but at the same time understood as well. So I would say, yes, vocabulary is important, but it's not the only thing which is important, right? You can learn many words. You should have a knowledge about everything, about the phrases, the statements, the words that are being used. So make sure that you have a good vocabulary, but also make sure that you're being understood by the other person, right? I hope it's clear, Nandini.
Yes, I understood. Thank you.
Ma'am, sir. So we have one
Yeah, I think.
question.
Yes, there is
Yes,
one
sir.
question in the chat box. Is
Yes.
Shrutika asked that, is it true that hard work is enough for success, or do you believe that other things like destiny or luck also plays a part in a success? Shrutika, let me tell you that luck, initially you cannot say anything about luck. If someone is successful, then people say that he is lucky. Okay, so before getting success, you cannot comment anything on luck. So for that, hard work is really necessary. Okay, not only hard work. Okay, but as in the earlier discussion, there was one topic related to smart work. Okay, so hard work in a right direction, that is called as smart. Okay, so hard work, really I tell you, is hard work only. Okay, but if you are doing it, put your efforts in right direction. Okay, don't think about luck. Luck is always there after getting the success. Okay, so I think whenever you are trying for something, okay, you must fix your goal. For your goal, what is your route that you fix, accordingly you do your hard work, definitely success is yours.
Okay, so Shrutika's question It's quite interesting. I really like the question, Shrutika. So, to answer your question, I have a very beautiful thing to say. Recently, I was scrolling through my Instagram and I happened to see this video of a coffee with Karan, where Karan Johar was having a word with Sushmita Sen. Okay, so he had a very beautiful question that he asked to Sushmita. In 1994, Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai were both competing for Miss World, for Miss India. Okay, so Miss India, in the competition of Miss India, where Aishwarya Rai was already very famous, and Sushmita Sen, while participating, thought, why should I even participate? There's already Aishwarya Rai into it, and how I am not going to even win it, so I won't participate. But somehow she participated and she won Miss India 1994. She came first, whereas Aishwarya Rai came second. Okay, so when Karan Johar asked Sushmita Sen, what do you think, what made you win the first position while competing with the most beautiful woman in the world, Aishwarya Rai? So Sushmita Sen, she gave a very beautiful answer. She said that, I have worked hard on the stage that day. I put my best. I was the best version of myself, and so was Aishwarya Rai and so many other participants who were a part of Miss India that day. Everybody had worked hard. Everybody had done everything to reach that stage. I had put everything, I had invested everything that I could to win the Miss India title. But there was only that 1% luck that was there with me that day, and that is the reason I could, win the first position, defeating Aishwarya Rai in the second position. So yes, luck does play a important part, but when you put all of your heart and soul into whatever that you're working for, so put your best and leave it to luck. I believe it is nothing but just luck. So yes, luck is also a major part, because if we compare Aishwarya Rai and Sushmita, so Aishwarya Rai is of course more beautiful than Sushmita, but it was Sushmita Sen's not only hard work but just 1% of luck that made her to reach not only Miss India, but she went on to become Miss Universe. So this is luck. You'll never be able to explain it in words. I hope I'm clear and you got your answer.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And Shrutika, thank you for the question. And yes, she's thanking you and sir. Ma'am, yeah. So
Yeah. So thank you, ma'am. We, on behalf of our college, Spotlight, and few committee members, would like to sincerely thank you for your time, administering your busy schedule, be part for asking questions to our participants.
and we are sure all participants will be benefited from this. And we really appreciate your presence. And we will be contacting you when we will get our next panel, like for judges, before 2 days. And thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you, sir
Yeah.
and ma'am, for
Thank
your
you, sir,
time.
ma'am.
Thank you. Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you very much.
yourself.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Ma'am.